In this video, we're going to talk about balancing a budget. There are the objectives. So some vocabulary before we begin. Balancing a budget means that your expenses equal your income. Equal means equal. They're exactly equal. So what are expenses? Well, this is the cost of something, right? Your expenses would include rent, bills, food, gas, things that you buy. Income is obviously the money that you earn. And if your budget is balanced, that means that these two things are equal to each other. So what happens if your expenses are greater than your income? Right? You're spending more money than you're making. Well, we call this a deficit. Right? So how do you fix a deficit? How do you fix this situation where you are spending more money than you're making? Well, you can make more money. Right? That doesn't mean go to your job and beg your boss, although that could be a possibility. You could get a second job. You could sell some stuff at home. You could do something else to make money. Or what a lot of people will do is spend less, right? You're overspending. So just spend less. Now, what if your income is greater than your expenses, meaning you're making more money than you're spending? This is called a surplus. Surplus means that you have more money than you need. Well, this is good. I mean, if you wanted your budget to be balanced, I guess you could say, hey, go out and spend your money. Or what might make more sense is to take your surplus and put it in the bank, in your savings account, and your budget would be balanced because you've spent your money, your surplus. Well, you didn't really spend it, right? You put it somewhere for safekeeping. But to have a surplus obviously is going to be better than having a deficit. All right, so let's look at example 1, and I'm going to jump down to the question. To keep a balanced budget, how much did you spend on training materials? All right, so we're looking specifically at training materials. And I can see in the chart here that training materials has a question mark, so we're going to have to figure that out. The chart shows your expenses as you train to be a mech writer. Working as a server and barista, your net income for March last year was $2,428. So to keep a balanced budget, how much did you spend on training materials? All right, so they've told us that this chart is our expenses. And they told us what our income was, $2,428. That means we want a balanced budget. We want our expenses to equal our income. Expenses equal income. We know the income, they told us. So now we need to calculate the expenses. So how much have we spent? All right, not including training materials because we don't know what that is. But when you add up everything else, you get $2,290. Does $2,290 equal $2,428? No, that's not equal. There shouldn't even be an equal sign there. So how do we figure it out? Well, we can subtract the two amounts to figure out what's left over. $138. So that means that we could spend $138 on our training materials and everything would be equal. If we added up all the amounts again, we'd get exactly $2,428. All right, some more vocabulary. Let's talk about fixed expenses. Okay, it's obviously a special type of expense. It's fixed. Fixed doesn't mean it was repaired. Fixed means it is unchanging. So these are regular and set costs that must be paid. Must be paid. Otherwise, there are negative consequences. So what are some examples of a fixed expense? Well, these are things that happen regularly, probably every month. They're set, meaning it's an amount that you know, and you got to pay them. So rent would be one, right? That's regular. That's every month. It's set. You know how much it is. And if you don't pay it, eventually you're going to get kicked out, right? Your bills are regular. They come every month. They're set, and they must be paid. Otherwise, your electricity is going to get cut off, or your water is going to get cut off, that sort of thing. All right. Using that, let's go into example 2 here. Straight to the question. In order to balance your budget, which category would you adjust? And what is the adjusted amount? Okay. All right. Because you're a mech rider, the Terran Protection Force provides you with housing, transportation, food, clothing, and a paycheck of $695 per month. In order to balance your budget, which of these would we change? All right. So let's remember, expenses equal income in a balanced budget. We know our income, it's $695. And we know all the expenses. Really what we should do is calculate our expenses. So we're spending $747 and we're only making $695. It looks like we're spending too much, guys. So what would we do to figure out how much we're overspending? Well, we would subtract, and we have $52. So we're spending $52 more than what we make. It's too much, right? That's our deficit. We're $52 down. So we can either go out and get a new job and make $52. We could sell something on eBay and make $52. Or we need to adjust one of these categories. All right, let's remember what we said about fixed expenses. Is insurance fixed? Can we change insurance? Can we go ahead and tell the insurance company, you know what? I don't think we're going to pay our insurance this month. Or I'm going to go ahead and just send you $20 this month, if that's okay. How about utilities? How about your bills? Electricity, water. Can you play around with $198? Entertainment? That could be buying video games, going to the movies. Can you adjust $134? Or will there be negative consequences? Can you maybe not put $150 into savings this month? Maybe put in less savings this month? Could you? Who is watching over you, telling you to put money into savings? And think of yourself as an adult, right? So later in life, who is making you put money into your own savings account? No one. So could you adjust that? You really could, but don't. All right? At least in the state of Texas, we are talking about savings as a fixed expense. Meaning get into the habit of always put money into savings because you never know what's going to happen in the future. Can you maybe not pay the medical bills for $89? Insurance got to be paid, guys. Utilities, you got to pay your bills. Entertainment? Maybe we don't buy a video game? Savings, like I mentioned, we got to put that $150. If that's part of our budget, you make sure you put $150 into your savings account. Future self will love you because surely something else later on in life, you will need that $150. No, it's a bill. Medical bills, pay them off. No, it's entertainment. So we don't have to spend $134 on entertainment this month. So let's go ahead and take that $52 out of our entertainment budget. We're left with $82. So if we're going to stay balanced, we should put $82 in our entertainment fund. And then when we add up all those numbers with 82 instead of 134, it'll come right out to $695.